Hi, this is Sachin Pawar. How are you? Fine? Okay. Dear students, in the today's lecture, we learn about the dimensions of business studies. Okay. In the today's lecture, we learn about what? The dimensions. Dimensions is nothing but here the components or the factors of the business environment. Okay, yes. Then if you saying about that the detailed manner that the business environment is broadly categorized into two, that is first one is the internal and external. We discussed that into the last classes. Okay, yes. Then here that the external components or the external factors again categorized into micro and macro, and that the macro again categorized into economic and non-economic. Okay, yes. Then in detailed manner there is the concept of that the business environment. But for your syllabus, for your the second PUC concept here, the only brief manner concept is given, that is the external part of that the business environment, and under that external part only given the factors of the macro environment. Okay, yes. Then in the today's lecture we learn about that. See the dimensions of business environment or the factors or the components of business environment. The first one is economic environment. Okay, yes. Then here the we saying about the economic environment. That means here the economic factors are highly affect on the business organization. Okay, that means here the economical conditions or the economical structure of the country affect on the business activities. Okay, that may be that the rate of that the financial activity, or here the inflation deflations activities covered under the economic activity, as well as the exchange rate of the country covers under the economic activity, and as well as the economic system of the country also affect on the business environment under that the economic environment. Okay, then here the values of domestic currency into the foreign currency into the foreign countries, etc concepts are covered under the what, the economic environment. Okay, so economic environment ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಚೇಂಜ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಎಸ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಡಿಫ್ಲೇಷನ್ ಗಳಾಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ದಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು, ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಆರ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫಾರಿನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಇಟಿಸಿ ಕನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕವರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿ ವಾಟ್, ದಿ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. Then here sir, economic systems, that means here that the economic environment covers with the economic system. Economic systems, that means which covers the three types of systems which were handled by the nations. Okay, that means here the first one is the capitalist, and second one socialist, we call that also the communist. The next mixed economy is there. Okay, these three types of that the economic system. Then here we saying about that the first one, that is the capitalist, that means here the economic system have the that means that economic system have the customer have the more power. That means here there is according to the customer requirements the product are produced and distributed, and there is no any government rules and regulation in where in the capitalist economic system. Okay, then if you say about that the socialist, that socialist economic system covers with the fully or the highly control of the government. There is no any what, the private participations. Okay, that means here the what the government provides, that should be accepted by the human beings. Okay, then if you saying about that the third one system, that is the mixed basis. that mixed basis covers with the both, that is the private as well as the public ownership. That means your the government also participate as well as the private persons also participate in that economic system. Okay, then if you saying about that the best example for that mixed economy, our Indian economy is the mixed economy. That means our India is the best example for the mixed economic system. Okay, yes. Then sir, capitalist, that means here the, for example for capitalist, that means here the what, the America, England, okay, France, okay, etc are covered with the capitalist. In England, that is a kingdom is there. Okay, then that is one slightly different. And here in the mixed in the social economy, what happened in the social system, there the government fully controls. That means for example take the China. Okay, there is a communist rules are there, that the communism or socialist economy in there. But in India the mixed economic system carried forward. Okay, ನಮ್ಮ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಟ್ಟಾರೆಯಾಗಿ if you saying about that the totally the exchange rate of the country, okay, or the inflation and deflation conditions. Sir, the inflation there, inflation means what is the inflation? That means very simple, the continuously rising in the price of the product and decreasing in the value of the money is known as the inflation. Okay, what inflation means? What, the continuously rising in the price of the products and sometimes continuously the decreasing in the value of the money is known as the inflation. Yes. Then sir, deflation, its reverse is the deflation. Inflation's reverse is or opposite is what, the deflation. It is the conditions. And here the currencies values in the domestic currencies values in the foreign country. Yes. So that the economic system, okay, etc are covered under the what, the economic environment. And same time the monetary policy, fiscal policy also covered under the economic environment. Okay, yes. Then next one, social environment. Yes, that the another one important factors are there, that the another one important dimensions which also affect on the business activities, that the social environment. That means here the social environments covers with the different types of or different varieties of human beings and their taste, styles, etc are different. Okay, then here the hobbies also different here. That means here according to their hobbies, according to their taste, according to their interest, okay, the customers or the human beings requires the products. Okay, then according to their requirement the business have to have provide the goods or services. Okay, that means here there are traditions and customs, okay, their religions, it is also affect on the business activities. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾರಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜನರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ದೆನ್ ಹಲವಾರು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ, ಹಲವಾರು ರಿಲಿಜನ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರಂದ್ರೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವರವರ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ದಟ್ ದಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ one person to another persons. Okay, or one religion to another religion. Then ಅವು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು, ದಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಬೀರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಎಸ್. ದೆನ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದೇರ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಯಾವ ಬಯಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟು, ಅವರ ಒಂದು ರಿಲಿಜನು, ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನು, ಕಸ್ಟಮ್ಸು, ಇವುಗಳು ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಬೀರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ದಿ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಸನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ದಿ ಲೇಡೀಸ್ ವಿಯರ್ಸ್ ದಿ ಸಾರೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ the business have to have produce and sell the sarees in India. But if we saying about that the external countries, okay, that are external countries or foreign countries, foreign countries ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ what happens, the sarees are not required there. There is no any demand for the sarees. Okay, according to their traditions, according to their customs, they purchase the products. Okay, that means here the social factors or social environment effect on the business activity. Okay, yes. Then next one, technological. Yes, technological environment or technological dimensions or technological factors also affect on the business organization. Why? Because technology is not the rigid. Technology is not the rigid, that is flexible, or that the technological is what the dynamic in nature. That means that is ever changing in nature. Okay, that means here the here technology is changing day by day. Okay, yes, that means here for example, take the earlier activities. For example, take the banking companies. The in the earlier days, banking companies are maintaining the records in the manual manner. Okay, in the earlier days, what happens? The banking companies are recording their records into the manual manner or by writing. Okay, then what happens after the introduction of that the technology? They are using the computers or laptops. Okay, so that means they are using the electronic devices. Okay, that means here the step by step improvement in the activities, the or the innovations in the technology, the activities are making very easy here. But that the technology affect on the that business activities. Okay, that means how the manual is replaced by the computers. Likewise, the technology or the softwares are changing day by day. Okay, if you saying about that, the just an example for the network, that is the 2G is replaced by 3G, 3G is replaced by 4G, 4G is replaced by 5G. Likewise, the replacing activities are there into the technology. Okay, then if you saying about that the developed countries, okay, there are also the technology is helpful for the replacing the human tiredness. Okay, then how that is possible? That means with the work is done by the robots. Okay, work is done by the what? The robots. That means your the tiredness of or the utilization of human resources is less in that the developed countries. Okay, why? Because they are using maximally robots. Okay, that why? Because the robotic works are the extended work or they works the more than the human beings. That's why here the innovative activities are covered under the business activities, and which are borrowed from that the technological factors, and same times that the technology is affect on the business organization. Okay, yes. Then next one, political. Yes, the another one important factor or the environment effect on the business environment is what? The political. Yes, of course, right. The stability of the political system or the stability of the politicians or the political party in any country can affect on that the business activities. Okay, that means here what happens by changing the political party a regularity manner, that's directly affect on the business activity. Why? Because that the changing in the parties, that the changing in the political parties hampers the activities of that business also. Why? Because here the there are different types of the political parties. See any countries. Okay, then here each political parties have not the same ideology or the same thinkings. Okay, that means here the each political parties have the different ideologies, and that the different ideologies, and here that the different ideologies are affect on that the business activities. Okay, yes. That means here if the one government brings the one policy, that another government comes that that cancel that the earlier policy and brings the another one new policy. Okay, so likewise the happening in the political system. Okay, so then their political supports are required here. Then that political, if the political supports are not provided or not available in any country, that directly affect on the business activities also. Okay, yes, political system ಬದಲು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ political activity ಬದಲು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಂಟ್ರಿಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗಳು ಅಂಡ್ ಆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜೀಸ್. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ, ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾವಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಲಜೀಸ್ಗಳು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪರಿಣಾಮವನ್ನು ಬೀರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯನ್ನ ತರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಏನು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಇಫ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟೆಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಇದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆ ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ದಟ್ ದಿ political system or the political factors or the political ideologies are affect on the business activities of countries. Okay, yes, that's basically that the legal environment or legal factors. See here, what happens, the legal environment also the impact or effect on that the business activities. Why? Because according to the laws or according to the rules or according to the regulation of the countries, the business have to have works. Okay, that means here the business activities are carried within the limitations of the laws of that of the countries. Okay, for example, if saying about that the partnership firms have to have act under the what, the rules of that the Partnership Act 1932. Yes, that means the partnership have to have follow the rules of what, the Partnership Act 1932. And now let me saying about that the extended part, that the LLP, Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008 is there. Okay, that means here the Partnership Act have to follow these rules. Or if you are saying about that the companies have to follow the earlier rule is what, the Companies Act 1956, but that the Companies Act 1956 is amended and presently there is a new Companies Act 2013 is there. Okay, that means here the companies have to follows the new Companies Act 2013. Okay, then sir, if you saying about that the banking companies, okay, that banking companies have to follow the Banking Regulation Act, that is 1949. Okay, that the banking companies have to follow the which act or which rule, that the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Okay, then sir, if you saying about that the secondary market, okay, there is a two types of market. One is the money market, another one is a capital market. Then who governs the money market? That means the RBI governs the money market. Then sir, if you saying about that the which one, the secondary market. Okay, that means your stock exchanges are there which governs the secondary market. That means SEBI is there, SEBI Act 1992 is there. Okay, that means the secondary market have to have works under the limitations of what, the SEBI Act 1992. That means here the secondary market have to follow the guidelines, rules and regulation of that the SEBI Act 1992. Okay, then sir, if you saying about that the exchanges, there is earlier FERA is there, that is FERA. Okay, FERA that is 1973. We call that Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973. But presently what happens? This act is amended and new one act is introduced, that is called the FEMA, okay, which regulates the exchanges, that is Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 is there. Okay, that means the for the foreign exchanges these rules are applicable. Okay, presently Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999 is there. Okay, then if you saying about that the maintaining of the monopolies, earlier there is one act, that is the MRTP Act 1969. Okay, MRTP Act 1969 was there, but that the MRTP Act 1969 is amended, and which one is replaced by the newly, that is we call here Companies Act, sorry, Competitive Act year 2002, or we call that the Competition Act 2002. Okay, which is, that means here the MRTP Act is replaced by the Competition Act 2002. Okay, likewise there are number of rules, the number of regulations, or the number of acts are there. That means here the business have to follow the rules and regulations of that the government, or that the specific sectors of the activities. Okay, that means if you say about that the partnership have to follow the 1932 rules and regulations, that is Partnership Act 1932. If you say about that the presently companies, that have to follow the 2013 Act. Then saying about the secondary market, they have to follow the guidelines of the SEBI Act 1992. And if you saying about that the Competition Act, there is a 2002 is there. Okay, then that means that handles the competition. And here the FEMA, which provides the guidelines for the foreign exchanges here, that is 1999 is there. Okay, then if you saying about that the for the protection of the consumer, the firm have to follow the guidelines, or here the firm have to works within the limitation of that the Consumer Protection Act 1986 is there. Okay, then if you say about that the factories or the enterprises have to protect the life of the human beings, or the life of the workers under the Factories Act is there. That is Factories Act, we call that the 1948. Okay, so there are number of acts are there. You say about that the Industrial Dispute Act 1947 is there. Okay, then if you say about that the protection of the environment, okay, or the saving of the lives of the human beings under the environment, or the protecting the overall environment, the business have to works under the limitations of the Environment Protection Act 1986. Okay, so one more thing here, the Consumer Protection Act also 1986, and the Environment Protection Act also 1986. Okay, so ETC acts are there. Then under those act, or under the rules and regulations of those act, the business have to works. Okay, yes, this is about the today's class. And if you have any doubts regarding this, please comment on the same. I will clarify that. Okay, thank you.